Traveling to the United States for you as a Ugandan has been made much tighter, at least from what the US ambassador announced on Monday.
This validity change increases, and it's one way we're increasing our ability to detect and prevent abuse of our immigration system.
But if you don't know how we got here, let me explain. After assuming office in January this year, President Donald Trump promised a crackdown on illegal immigrants living in America. And by June, 36 countries were on his watch list and 26 of them were in Africa. Citizens from Somalia, Chad, the Republic of Congo, Libya, Eritrea, Equatorial Guinea and Sudan were completely banned, while Uganda was partially banned. Countries that do not address concerns raised by the Trump administration, such as visa overstays and origins from terrorism-sponsoring countries, could face a ban as early as August. The reasons for the ban were not specified per country. The Shadow Foreign Affairs Minister Mwada Nkunyingi says the government of Uganda's failure to address the concerns of the US is now costing the ordinary citizen.
The pile up to now this travel restriction appears to have a spark. One, we hear of those who are caught with illegal documents applying for visa. That must also must have dented us as a country and as holders of a Ugandan passport negatively. Equally, when it comes to the controls and safeguards of our passports, there's still a gap. They are expected to have a reaction. But their reaction was, at least in public, we could see the news, but we know that the United States of America communicated through diplomatic channels to government of Uganda. We only want to reprimand the government of Uganda to show us what they did after receiving the US communication prior, because they warned the countries which were already flagged.
Nkunyingi further explained that there's been evidence of the misuse of the Ugandan passport by a few individuals, lumping the country in murky waters.
When you look at misuse of Uganda passports, all types of passports have been misused. A red passport, that's a diplomatic passport for Uganda, has been misused. Many times it has been found by non-legit persons globally. The service passport, when we have been inspecting Uganda embassies, you find a casual worker, a domestic worker, also holding a service passport. I've seen this in foreign affairs sector.
Whereas this connotes serious implications, John Walugembe says it most likely will have ripple effects to the US.
These kinds of increased restrictions will negatively impact Uganda's ability to trade and to exchange with the US. And whereas in the short term it looks to be a disadvantage to Ugandans, in the long term it's going to disadvantage the US in terms of trade. What you're going to see is that the US is going to become more isolated in terms of trade and also in terms of global opinion.
So, is there a way out of this situation?
Understanding diplomacy and foreign policy values of other countries is the key in negotiating our diplomatic engagement with other countries of the world.
Ugandan passports are facing misuse, including fraudulent acquisition by non-citizens and the sale of genuine passports to criminals. This has led to increased scrutiny of Ugandan travelers at border crossings and has even resulted in some countries blacklisting Ugandan passports due to the fraudulent activities. Officials from the Foreign Affairs Ministry were not readily available for a comment by press time.